Well, hey, Granny Gear here. I am tired of pedaling. It's been a little bit, about 90 minutes now on my overnight adventure. Bike packing off the bike. I'm down here in Cienaga Campground, one of my favorite places. Kind of off the main trail a little bit, right next to the creek. And we show you what I got going with the bike here, how my setup worked out for the night. Got the Lens Leviathan all set up with the bike packing bags I had custom made by Carousel Design Works. Jeff made these up for me. We got the big old seat bag here. It's got mostly tent, that kind of stuff in it. Frame bags carrying my tools, some other odds and ends, tubes, that kind of stuff, some snacks. Got a nice big old bar bag here that's got my pad in it and some other odds and ends, little dessert for later. And then I top it off with a Gregory backpack that stuffs the rest of what I can't carry on the bike in there. And last but not least, I almost forgot, got my little fuel cell here, which I'll have you noticed nicely fits a burrito from El Pollo Loco. How about that, huh? So I'm going to take a quick break here. Gonna have dinner, and then I'm gonna get myself set up for camp here and then enjoy an overnighter and be back home in the morning. Alright, well, I got dinner done now. Got my camp hat on, as you can see here, courtesy of Bulaware, circa 1990-ish or something, but you know, good things, they never go out of style. Kind of looking for a place here, a nice flat spot to set up the tent. The burrito from El Pollo Loco, twice grilled chicken burrito. I recommend it. And I don't know, I'll kind of show you. It's really windy right now. Probably even going to pick up a little bit of wind on the microphone. It's been windy for the last couple days. I'm going to try and find a place to get out of that wind a little bit, hopefully, and hear the crick a little bit. Sit around, maybe watch some stars and see the bats fly around, and hopefully drift off to sleep peacefully. I think pretty sure I'm going to be the only guy in here. It's hard to get to, and there's signs of people that come in here and shoot and stuff. Not too likely anybody's to come in late on a Friday night, so a few miles of hiking to get in here. I'm sure I'll be all alone. Meanwhile, gonna get my camp set up. I'll show you when I get it done. Well, okay, you can see my little pitch here of the tent. Got a REI Chrysalis one-man. I know a lot of guys, you know, they just basically put a tarp tent up or sleep with a bivvy out in the open. I haven't quite got myself to that point yet. Maybe we'll come to that. Don't really need the storm fly too much probably tonight, except that the wind, if it comes cranking through this canyon, is really going to be annoying, and that extra layer is going to keep it from whistling past my ear. I kind of pitched down off this bench a little bit. You can see I'm actually up here. The bike is about 6 feet up. Kind of creek level, maybe not the best idea if I was expecting rain. Not really, and if it does come along, I could pretty easily get out of here before something's gonna get me. This isn't exactly flash flood country here. So let's take a look a little bit at what we got here. Part of my stuff is old backpacking stuff. I got a 3/4 thermarest in there, a little bit bulky actually these days compared to some of the stuff. Maybe I need to upgrade that, but there's gonna be plenty of room in there. This is my sleeping bag. You can see actually fits in there, a little Dreamlight 500 from Deuter. Yeah, it's not big, but it does a pretty good job. Good at least into the maybe high 40s, mid 40s and below if I layer up with clothing. And I do actually have a little bit of a jammy wear tonight. Isn't that exciting? See what kind of temperatures we get into. And I think this will be my little nest for the night. I'm pretty pleased with where it is and what I've got to look at. Should be nice. The morning sun should rise right up about over there, and already got the moon out. Don't know if you can see it or not. Doesn't look like you can. Oh, maybe, yeah, a little bit right there. So I'm right next to the creek. You can hear it softly burbling along, and the birds sound real happy right now, as am I. and I'm going to finish getting myself unpacked before I lose my light. Well, I thought I'd talk a little bit about the whole bike packing thing and why it appeals to me so much. Just being out here is a reward on its own, but you know, I mean, you can hike and do this, or drive someplace and do this. It's a little easier to get this type of aloneness if you hike. But you know, I've got a bicycle, I've got a mountain bike, and I can go a long ways pretty quickly, pretty efficiently on that bike, leave hardly any trace, and get to a place that I'd like to be a little bit easier than I can if I'm hiking. Not every place is like that, but a lot of them are. There's a lot of roads, open trails. Can't go in wilderness, unfortunately, but still that leaves a lot of country that you can get to and bike pack from. And so the bike packing thing is really not, you know, bike touring, where the racks and the panniers and saddlebags, not that that is the terrible way to go, but off-road, you know, all that stuff can get in the way. And these soft bags, these bike packing bag setups, that lets you, I could ride down the creek bed here if I really needed to. I could ride the single track. It doesn't limit me to where I can take my bike any more than it did if I had nothing on it at all. A little bit extra weight maybe, a little bit extra bulk, but really nothing of any real consequence. It's an amazing thing to be out here and know that I did it off my bike. You know, for me personally speaking, little inside information, this is really not me. I normally just don't, my nature is not to go out all by myself in the woods and spend the night. It's kind of odd, you know, like Blair Witch kind of stuff. But the reward, well, the reward is worth a little bit of spookiness maybe. I don't know. It's pretty nice out here. So I'm looking forward to doing some longer trips, doing some couple hundred mile trips, things like the Kokopelli Trail from Fruita to Moab, Utah. Those types of trips just fire up my imagination. Bike packing bags and setup like this can make it happen. I'm just going to keep refining my kit. That's what trips like this are all about. Finding what works, what doesn't, what I can leave behind, what I need to do differently. For instance, on this trip I realized I left breakfast at home. That's not so good. So it's going to be a bit of a pedal to get home without anything in my stomach, but I guess I'll survive that well enough. And I got a couple ants crawling on me, but I think I'll probably survive that too. Maybe they'll be part of my breakfast, huh? I don't know, survival man. Anyway, it's going to be great. We'll see you in the morning. Well, as you can see, I'm packed up here. The sun's making a nice entrance into the campground finally. It peeked its way over the mountain. Got all my bags packed back up. Got campsites all completely clear now, and you can hardly even tell I was here except for a little flat spot in the grass. It's a beautiful morning, some happy birds, and I'm getting ready to pedal my way out of here. It's going to be a little bit cool still, but at least looks like the wind's died down. Hopefully I won't have to fight that on the way out. I'm really glad about that. So here we are, geared up, ready to pedal home, get back into the weekend. It was a nice breakaway. Bike packing, it's an excellent way to get out on your mountain bike that you already have. Get yourself set up with some bags, get some lightweight bike packing gear. Backpacking gear often applies nicely. Get out there, give it a shot, however you can do it. Even if you don't have the fancy bags, get yourself a rack, strap something on there, and get out overnight, give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. We'll see you next time.